Alright, so let's talk about scale patterns. These are one of the most important components of all kinds of music. You'll be hard pressed to find a piece that doesn't include scale patterns. So if you've practiced all your scale patterns, you've basically practiced everything ever, and that's the reason we play scales. So we're going to talk about the 4 directions of scale pattern, or the 4 directions of practice using the C major scale, as always, as our point of reference. And the first scale pattern we're going to look at is just a 3 adjacent note pattern in a key. So our first word that we play, cadet, then we start the scale pattern from the next note of the scale, from D, and we play def. Then we move up to the next note of the scale and play the 3-note pattern again, from E to G, F-ug, E, F, G. And as you can see, we are going up the pattern each time, and we are going up the scale. This is our first direction. Oh, wrong camera. Def, a fug, fuga, gab, a book, booked, getting us back to cadet. And this is our first direction of scale practice. Up, up. Now there are 4 directions because we can change the direction of the pattern, or we can change the direction we're going in the scale. So let's now go up the pattern, but down the scale. We're going to start on cadet. We're going to start cadet. So we're going up the pattern, but this time, instead of going up the scale, we're going to go down the scale. So we now have booked, and then a book. And here we have up the pattern, down the scale. Let's play it. So up the pattern, up the scale. Up the pattern, down 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 the scale. And there are 2 left, right? We've gone up the pattern, up the scale. Up the pattern, down the scale. So now we can go down the pattern. Let's go down, down the pattern, Ed, down the pattern. So instead of going C, D, E, we start with C, B, A, which is something we haven't done yet. Down the pattern, and let's go up the scale. So after C, we go down the pattern, then we go up the scale to the next note, D, D, C, B, E, D, C. Down the pattern, but still up the scale. Kaba, de kub, a duck. Let's go. And we have our final direction to go. We now are going down the pattern, C, B, A. But now, instead of going up the scale, we're going down the scale to B, A, G, F. Kaba, bagaguf. Words. C, B, A, B, A, G. And what you'll find is that if you learn through other types of music, you'll very often get up, up, and down, down, but they will miss out up, down, and down, up. Because if we go from up, if we're going up, up, right, C, D, E, well, we only have to go back down 1 note to get to the next step in the pattern. Similarly, if we're going down the pattern and down the scale, C, B, A, well, we only have to go back up to B to get to the next stage of the pattern. Whereas the others, C, B, A jumps to D, so that's a fifth, right? D, C, B, B jumps to E, again, a fifth. Here, C, D, E down to B, hit fifths, right? Fifths. Fourths. A to D is a fourth. B to E is a fourth, not fifths. Fifths down, fourths up. Anyway. So here we have a couple of different iterations of the pattern. We have up, 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 down, 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 up. And whether whether it's scale or pattern first, it's like whatever. It's up to you, really. But the point is, why and how do we practice these?
And for a lot of people, that will involve a piece of paper. I don't really dig that. I don't like looking at paper. I think if you're looking at paper, you're thinking pretty hard. And you can't just like be as flexible. Because if you have these patterns in your brain and you have the concept, you can just kind of, be chilled with them and try them in lots of different ways and do lots of different things. So, excuse me while I build a little groove. Go with our first pattern. We got up and up. Next pattern, up, down, up the scale, up the pattern, down the scale, up, down. Let's now go down the pattern, up the scale. Finally, we are left with, I've lost it. Down this pattern, up the scale. No, that's what I just did. That's what I did. Up the pattern, down the scale. Here we are. And you can add some fun effects to make it more fun. Let's go, quick blast through. With our cello voice. Up, up. Up, down, up. Down, down. What did I miss? I missed one. I always miss one. Did I go up, down? And you can go so many different ways in it. Instead of playing 3 notes of a scale, we could play 4 notes of a scale. Ke, def, de, fug, f, ga. You can really go any way you want. The 4 directions of scale practice. Why do we do it? Because it's all music everywhere and because it's fun. If you're not having fun, you're doing it wrong. So I'm gonna have a little bit of a jam. I'll do notes of 5 groupings. Notes of 5 note groups. Oh, that's really nice. 5 note groupings, pattern going up, scale going down. I was mixing it with some intervals there, so be sure to check back for lots of other fun ways, because there are 12 keys and lots of types of music, and you can make all kinds of fun things with just scale patterns, intervals and triads, especially if you start voice leading. Anyway, I'll see you next time, guys. Remember, music is either easy or impossible, and if you want to have fun, then music